So in today's video, we about to be rebuilding the Los Angeles Lakers, who desperately need some help rebuilding the team. They are currently 9th in the West and have a record of 22-22. But if things don't change up for this team, they're in danger of being a play-in tournament team, or worse, not even making the playoffs at all. And with LeBron sadly only having like 2 or 3 years left in the NBA, we definitely have to go ahead and try to re-up this team and try to get him one more championship before he does retire. So what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to be rebuilding the Lakers, and we're going to try to get LeBron one more finals run, try to see if we can get him a championship before he does retire, because he is 39 right now. He just turned 39 last month, and in my opinion, even though I probably think he could play for like another 5 years, maybe the way he's looking right now, I think in 2 or 3 more years, I think he probably will retire. So he'll probably have this season, next season, and maybe one more season, because I don't think he's going to be wanting to play like when he's 45, even though he probably could. But we're going to try to get him one more ring, as we do have LeBron. Then we have Anthony Davis, who is putting up 25 and 12 with over 2 blocks a night and over a steal a night. He's in his prime right now, as he is 30 years old. So we definitely are good at the for the 1-2 punch. Then we do have players surrounding these guys like Austin Reeves, who I feel like a lot of people overhype. He's averaging 15 points on pretty good shooting. I kind of thought his 3-point percentage would have been a little bit up, trying to capitalize from last year where he shot almost 40%, but he definitely is taking more shots, so I could see why his percentage is a little bit down. Then you also got D'Angelo Russell, who in my opinion is once again the scapegoat for the Lakers. And that's crazy, because that's 2 seasons back to back where a point guard named Russell is the scapegoat for this team. And I don't really know why a lot of people don't like him. I mean, when you look at his stats, 16 points, 6 assists, shooting 48%, 41% from deep, and then 78% from the free throw line isn't bad on paper. And then you've seen his recent stretch where he's actually been pretty consistent: 34 points, 20 points, 29, 14, 39, and then 19. He's been on a pretty good stretch. But I feel like they probably will be moving on from him, because I think he really isn't that good on defense. But then again, neither is a lot of players in the NBA, but they still, you know, manage to stick around. But I feel like D'Angelo Russell is definitely the scapegoat, and I think he is a pretty good facilitator in this game or in real life. But I feel like he had to be the scapegoat for the Lakers. Rui Hachimura, I feel like I probably would be moving on from him. I mean, he's not a bad player. He is a pretty nice shooter, 35% from deep, but I feel like we could definitely upgrade that position. Jared Vanderbilt, same way. I feel like I could probably go ahead and trade him this offseason, or maybe before the trade deadline, who knows. Christian Wood, I did like when they picked him up. He is averaging 7.5 points and 5.5 rebounds. Not too bad, but not really good shooting from deep. Then you have people like Gabe Vincent, who's only played like a handful of games. He's only played 5 games this season, as he did get hurt. But look at those shooting splits: 37% and 11%. Oh my god. For all my Boston fans out there, why couldn't he be like this when we were playing him in the Eastern Conference Finals? Why couldn't he shoot 11%? When he was playing Boston, he was making like everything to seem like. Taurean Prince is a good 3-and-D guy. Jackson Hayes was a good pickup as well, but he is just too young. Cameron Reddish. Then you got the rest of the guys right here as well that probably won't be playing. Now, what I want to do with this team, I'm not too sure yet. I think there's been like a lot of trade rumors. There's people saying maybe Buddy Hield, DeJounte Murray. I don't even know. I seen someone say maybe Rudy Gobert would be the answer, but I don't think Minnesota would go ahead and trade him away. Plus, I don't really think the Lakers would want him anyways. But there's been a lot of people talking about who they should trade and who they should trade for. But in my opinion, I just think they need to get a couple more good guys around LeBron and Anthony Davis. Maybe you go ahead and you trade for that 3rd star. I don't really think Austin Reeves will be that 3rd star. I think he'll be a really good player, but I don't think he'll be an all-star type player. But we could go ahead and experiment, try to keep him around. We want to go the other route, whether we want to keep D'Angelo, keep Austin Reeves, and just keep building like good role players around LeBron and AD. But then again, I feel like we should probably go ahead and trade for a 3rd star, because LeBron doesn't have that much time left. He is 39, and it would be nice to try to get another offensive player that could go ahead and help LeBron scoring and AD scoring as well. So we'll probably see what we do come the trade deadline. So I think for right now, I don't want to trade anybody. I think I'll go ahead and I'm going to run a 9-man rotation. We could go ahead and run, yeah, we could probably run something like this. Maybe get who else deserves some minutes. We could get Cam Reddish in here, get some minutes, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to simulate to the trade deadline just to see what this team needs. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate, and then I'll just catch you guys at the trade deadline. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline where we are 25 and 27. So I do want to go ahead and make some minor moves, nothing too crazy. I think I want to go ahead and save that for free agency during the offseason. So one thing I did notice about this team is that we need some more big men, and I feel like we need a really good rebounder. So I'm going to see if the Chicago Bulls will do this trade. I'm sending them Jackson Hayes and Cameron Reddish, 2 young players that will probably get more minutes on Chicago, for Andre Drummond, who is pretty much what we need, a good big man that's going to go ahead and rebound, doesn't have to score. And this is going to bring back Andre Drummond to the Lakers, as he did play like half a season for them. So do they accept this trade? And yes, they do. So that's our first move. And the second trade that I'm going to be making is sending Gabe Vincent and Rui Hachimura to the Toronto Raptors for Bruce Brown, who recently got traded there, and Garrett Temple. Do they accept this trade? They do not. What if I go ahead and throw in a second round pick? They do not. Okay, what if I throw in one more? And there you go, they finally accept it. So we just got 2 new additions to this team who I think will be a big help immediately. All right, so for the rest of season number 1, this is what the rotation is looking like. We got D'Lo, Brown, James, Vanderbilt, and Davis. Off the bench, we got Reeves, Drummond, Wood, and Prince. I decided to go ahead and start Brown just for more defense in the starting lineup, and then I wanted to go ahead and bring in more offense off the bench, so I did go ahead and bench Austin Reeves. I didn't move him, but he is going to be getting more minutes than Bruce Brown. Taking a look at system proficiency, we are 4-star balanced. Is anything better? No, it isn't. Should we go 7 seconds actually? You know what? Nah, we'll probably go ahead and leave it at balance. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies, yeah, Anthony Davis definitely needs to go up to like an 88. Austin Reeves off the bench can go up to like a 68. We could give him like a 58. D'Lo could go ahead and move down a little bit to like a 68. Vanderbilt could go up to like a 50. Drummond could go down a little bit. Christian Wood could go up a little bit, and then Prince can also go up a little bit. And then I don't know why sometimes do they have him taking threes. Yeah, so they have him with a 17-3, and then they even have Andre Drummond with a 1-3. No, we're not gonna have these guys shooting. And then I also did real quick want to see if I moved Christian Wood to a power forward. No, okay, he doesn't go up, but I feel more comfortable playing him there. And then I think we should be good. Actually, I think I need to go ahead and sign one more player just so it doesn't tell us anything. And I'll go ahead and I'll bring in we could bring in Wayne Gabriel. Why not? I know some Laker fans did like him. But yeah, this is what we're going to be rocking with for the rest of the season. Now, I do think we'll be a play-in tournament. I don't think we're going to go ahead and make it as a 6 seed or better, but I do feel confident in having this team go into the playoffs. Like I said, I think we did get 2 big additions. We got the defense from Bruce Brown, and then we did get the size and rebounding from Drummond. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the rest of the season, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 1. All right, so at the end of season number 1, Luka winning MVP as usual. Rookie of the year is Victor. Russell Westbrook 6th man. Defense player is Victor, and then Kobe White is most improved. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, do we get LeBron or AD? We get AD on All-NBA 2nd and LeBron on All-NBA 3rd. Do we get anybody on All Defensive team? We actually do. We get Anthony Davis on there, so you love to see it. And taking a look at the player stats, or actually taking a look at where we finished, as we did finish as the 7th seed. So we almost made it as the 6th seed. So we were like 25 and 27. So that means we went on a 21-9 run to end the season, if my math is correct, which it usually is. But yeah, we almost made it as a 6th seed, and we didn't have to go into the play-in tournament if we would have won one more game, and they would have lost one more game. But that is pretty good. And then taking a look at the player stats, we have Anthony Davis leading the way with 20. Actually, no, we had LeBron leading the way with 23.7 rebounds and 7.5 assists. AD with about 23 and 11. D'Lo with about 16.5 and 6.3 assists. Was his efficiency still good to end the year? 46% and 38. Okay, not bad. Austin Reeves with about 15 points. Ooh, his 3-point percentage really went down to a 32. Bruce Brown with about 11.5 points. Not the best shooting from deep. Hopefully he could go ahead and bring it up just a little bit more. Andre Drummond with about 8.5 and 8.5. Love to see it. Christian Wood with about 8 points and 5.5 rebounds. Taurean Prince with about 8, and then Jared Vanderbilt with about 6 and 5. And that should be everybody that played for us. So taking a look at the rotation for the playoffs, I think we're going to go ahead and lower Christian Wood's minutes to like 12. Taurean Prince could get like 14. Drummond can go ahead and stay at 22. Austin Reeves can go up 1. We could go ahead and give him like 2 more, and then we can go ahead and give like 2 more and 2 more, something like that. So I'm pretty confident in this team that we will go ahead and make it out of the play-in tournament. So we are going to go ahead and simulate against Sacramento, and I'm actually surprised that Sacramento is a play-in tournament team. I feel like they probably won't be a play-in tournament team in real life. But right here, we are blowing them out in LA, so we do end up winning by 20 points. And taking a look at the player stats real quick, Bruce Brown, of all people, led the way with 25 points. LeBron with 24, AD with 23 and 10. You love to see it. So we are now facing the Los Angeles Clippers, who are the 2nd seed. Okay, this would actually be a pretty cool first round matchup, Battle of LA. And did they add anybody else? It looks like they didn't. They went ahead and kept the same team. So I don't know. We do have the size against this team, so maybe we could go ahead and pull up an upset. Maybe we could try to go ahead and extend it to like 7, as we are gonna go ahead and we do extend it to 7, but we do lose in 7. We did not win, and we lost by 10 points. Austin Reeves with 22, LeBron with 18 and 10, Bruce Brown with 17. Taking a look at the other stats, game 1 we did end up losing. Game 2 we did end up winning. Game number 3 we did end up losing, as AD dropped 28. Game number 4 we did end up winning. Game number 5 we ended up losing. Game number 6 we ended up winning, and then of course game number 7 we did end up losing. But you know what, I'm excited for this team's next year, because like I said, we did go, what was it, 21 and 9, I think I said. But 21 and 9 to close the season, I feel like I will have a pretty good idea of where we will be next season. But the Celtics and the Mavericks are facing off in the finals, and I actually just seen the Mavericks and Celtics game. Jaylen Brown dropped Luka Doncic, but in this game, Luka ends up winning Finals MVP, even though the Boston Celtics do end up winning. So, okay, thank God LeBron doesn't retire. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to construct this team around LeBron and AD. I'm not too sure yet if I want to trade for a 3rd star, or maybe just try to run it back with this team, because like I said, we did go 21 and 19. But real quick, I do want to go ahead, and I think a lot of people are going to agree, Darvin Ham will be getting fired at the end of this season, or maybe he might even get fired during the season. I'm not too sure, but I know a lot of Laker fans do not like him. So we're going to go ahead and select a new head coach. Is there anybody that I recognize here? Actually, I'll probably just go ahead and go for we could go ahead and we could go for Newman. Sure, why not? Looks like he has pretty good ratings. Doesn't have any badges though, but we'll go ahead and we'll sign him. And then I also want to go ahead and get a good assistant coach. Would who is that? Burton Knight. Would he like to come to the Los Angeles Lakers? He will. So we don't have a 1st round pick in this draft, I believe. I think we will have, yeah, pick 26 in the 2nd round. So I'm not too sure what I want to do yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna figure out if I want to add a 3rd star to this team, or just go ahead and surround this team with a bunch of good role players. But I'll go ahead and I'll simulate to that, so you guys will see that. All right, so real quick, we're going to be sending Maxwell Lewis and our 2nd round pick in this year's draft for pick number 28 to the Philadelphia 76ers, and they do accept that. So now we do have a 1st round pick, and we are going to be able to lock him up for 4 years instead of 2. So taking a look at the best player available, do I know anybody? I know Cal Ware probably. Should I draft Cal Ware? I mean, we could use a good backup center. So you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to draft Cal Ware. Hopefully he is able to develop good for us. I'm going to go ahead and wait on Bruce Brown. I feel like we could go ahead and get something. We could get a better deal for him in free agency. So now we are going to go ahead and take a look at the qualifying offers. And I'm not going to, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll bring him back. Maybe we will be able to trade him. But the big thing is bringing back LeBron James. Does he have any real offers? He does from the 76ers. So we have to go ahead and match that. We can only offer him 49.99 mil, but we will go ahead and throw on a no trade clause. Please tell me he comes back to us. Okay, thank God, because this video would have been ruined if he did sign with the 76ers or didn't sign with us. D'Angelo Russell, we're gonna go ahead and get him on like we could go ahead and give him like a we'll go ahead and give him like 17 mil. We'll go ahead and give him 18 mil. Why not? Give him 18 mil, and then we do need to go ahead and worry about bringing back Bruce Brown, and I wouldn't really mind bringing back Christian Wood, but if he does leave, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and don't renounce the rights on him, but we are going to go ahead and try to bring back these guys, and we are going to be able to bring them back with no problem. All right, well, that sucks. We just lost Bruce Brown to the Rockets in free agency. Oh, that's so annoying. What did we trade for him? I don't think we traded anything too good for him, so I'm not really too upset, but damn, that hurts. Now we have to go ahead and find another defensive specialist in free agency, and I don't really think there's a lot of them out there, but we are going to go ahead and sign Luke Kennard to like a 2-year deal. We are going to get a shooter. All right, so we're going to try to get a third star to pair up with LeBron and AD. We're going to be sending Jared Vanderbilt, Cal Ware, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a first-round pick to the Utah Jazz for Lauri Markkanen. Now, I've been hearing rumors that Lauri might be getting traded this season, so I decided to go ahead and throw in 2 young players. Jared Vanderbilt, who also is pretty young, he is only 25, and then a first-round pick next year from us. So does this get it done? It does not, surprisingly. What if we go ahead and throw in a second? And yes, so we did go ahead and get Lauri Markkanen, who will go ahead and slide in at the 4 for us. All right, so I'm going to see if the Bulls will accept this trade. I'm sending them D'Angelo Russell, Taurean Prince, and a first-round pick for former Laker guards Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. These 2 guys are what we need on this team. They're going to get us there defensively, and Lonzo Ball is going to be able to rebound, assist. He is also going to be able to play defense and knock down the 3-point shot. Do they accept this trade? They do not. Come on, what if I throw in a second? They still say no. What if I throw in another second? Okay, and they do accept it, thank God. So now we welcome back Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. All right, so for the start of season number 2, we got Lonzo Ball, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Lauri Markkanen, and Anthony Davis. Off the bench, we got Drummond, Caruso, Williams, and Luke Kennard. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, is anything better than 4 stars? We could go ahead and run with 7 seconds for this year. And then taking a look at these shot tendencies, LeBron is at a 90, 88 is fine, 80 is fine, 67 is okay. Lonzo could go up a little bit. Drummond could go up like 1. Alex Caruso can go up to like a 53. Luke Kennard, definitely want him shooting the ball more, like at a 62. Christie won't even be playing for us. Williams can go up to like a 54, and then that should be everybody. All right, so we did make a lot of moves this season. We definitely changed up the team quite a bit, so I'm hoping we are able to go ahead and finish like as a top 3 seed this year, as we do win the first game in OKC. We had Luke Kennard out of everybody leading the way with 25, LeBron with 24. We're going to go ahead and simulate the next 2 games just to see how we do, as we do lose to the Golden State Warriors, but we do end up winning against the Phoenix Suns, as we lost it in the 4th quarter, really. 34 for James and Lauri Markkanen with 21 and 8, and then we did end up blowing out the Phoenix Suns, LeBron with 32, Markkanen with 27, and Davis with 20. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate the rest of the year. I hope this team can finish as a top 3 seed. We do have a lot of defense on this team. We have Lonzo Ball, we have Alex Caruso, we have Anthony Davis. LeBron is still pretty good at defense. We have, who else do we have defensively? Williams isn't a bad defender either, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna simulate this. We do have the offense, we have the defense, so we're gonna simulate to the rest of to the end of the season, and I will go ahead and catch you then. All right, so at the end of season number 2, Jokic winning MVP, Mintz winning Rookie of the Year, Thomas winning 6th Man, Wembanyama winning Defensive Player of the Year, with Walker Kessler winning Most Improved. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, we do get LeBron at age 40 on All-NBA second team, and do we get Anthony Davis? We do not. What about an all-defensive team? We do get Lonzo Ball on here. You love to see it, and that is going to be everybody. Taking a look at where we finished this year, we ended up going 49 and 33, good enough for the 3rd seed in the West. So this is what I predicted we'd finish. I kind of wish our record was a little bit better, but you know what? As long as we are rested up for the playoffs, that's all I really care about. And then taking a look at the player stats for the season, we had LeBron leading the way. 24 points at age 40 with 7.5 rebounds and 8 assists. We had AD with 21 and 10.5 with almost 2 blocks. Lauri Markkanen with about 17 and 7.5 points. How was he shooting the ball? Okay, 45% and 39% from deep, not too bad. Austin Reeves was averaging 13.5 points. Not the best shooting, 41% and then 30% from deep. I did not expect that. But Lonzo Ball in his return to LA, 11.5 points, 4 rebounds, 7.5, almost 7.5 assists, and 2 steals a night. He is also shooting the ball really bad. Andre Drummond with about 9 and 10. Luke Kennard with about 7.5. Really efficient shooting from deep, not so much from the field. Alex Caruso with 7 points. Okay, not that bad shooting the ball. It is pretty bad, but I thought he would have been like worse than Lonzo, because I know usually in the second half, or in this year, he usually falls off so bad. But 40% and then 36% from deep with a steal a night. I'll take it. Williams with about 6 points. Really efficient shooting the ball, except from the free throw line. And yeah, so that was pretty much the team stats for everybody. Now, taking on the Dallas Mavericks in round number 1, Kyrie against LeBron. Dante Exum is on this team. Did they add anybody? They added Klay Thompson to this team. Okay. Kyle Lowry as well. So they added a couple players, nothing I'm really worried about. But we are going to go ahead and adjust the rotation real quick. We're going to go ahead. We could lower Williams to like 10. We honestly need some shooting, so we'll go ahead and leave him at 15. Andre Drummond can go down to like 22. Alex Caruso could go down to like 18. And then we could go ahead and give LeBron like 38, 36, and then we could go ahead and give like 39. Lonzo and Austin Reeves really need to pull it together if we want to make a deep run in this playoff. So round number 1, we are facing the Mavericks. We're going to go ahead and simulate the round as we do make it out of round number 1. Let's go. Game number 1, we did end up winning by 20 points, marketing with 29. Game number 2, we ended up losing AD with 44. Game number 3, we ended up winning by 10 points as LeBron dropped 23. Game number 4, we ended up losing by 1 point, LeBron with 35. Game number 5, we ended up winning as LeBron dropped 37. Game number 6, we lost by 2 points, Davis with 29, James with 27. And then game number 7, we ended up clutching it out, marking it with 40 points. You love to see it. AD with 25 and 13 with 5 blocks as well. Taking on the 7th seeded Memphis Grizzlies, they didn't really add anybody besides TJ Warren. They have Marcus Smart coming off the bench. But other than that, it really doesn't look like they added anybody. So we shouldn't have trouble against this team. Okay, thank God. I don't know why I felt like they were going to go ahead and try to push us to like 7 games or something. But game number 1, we did end up winning by 20. AD with 25. Austin Reeves with 23. Game number 2, we ended up losing in overtime, AD with 32. Game number 3, we ended up blowing them out by, 24 points, marking it with 31, AD with 31. Game number 4, we ended up winning by 1 point, AD with 25. And then game number 5, we ended up blowing them out by, 26 points. Ja had 40, but LeBron had 33, 13, and 16 assists. Let's go. Taking on the 1-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. Did they add anybody else? They added Hardenstein, Ron Hollins to this team. Okay, so they definitely, this is like 2K's golden child right now. It used to be like the Celtics, it used to be like the Mavericks, the Pelicans, but right now it is going to be OKC. And I kind of am nervous to play this team, so we are going to go ahead and simulate the first game to see how we do, as we are playing in Oklahoma. So we are starting off the first quarter pretty good, the first half pretty good, and it looks like we are going to go ahead and actually blow this team out on their home court in the first game. As let's see what they had. We had 41 for AD, 22 for LeBron. Game number 2, we're going to go ahead and do it with Simcast as well. Let's see if we could try to get 2 games. If we could get a 2-0 lead in this series. It's going back and forth, but it looks like they are pulling away in the 4th quarter as they do go ahead and win. Okay. Game number 3, I'm just going to go ahead and simulate it as we do end up winning. Game number 4, they tie it up. Okay. Game number 5, we end up winning, and we are 1 game away from going to the NBA Finals. Come on. Oh, I actually didn't mean to hop in. Hold on. Okay, so I messed up there, but let me go ahead and let me simulate it with Simcast. We are 1 game away from going to the NBA Finals. We are in LA. We're at home. Come on, please let me win. Please let me win. Please let me win. Down by 14. It's not looking good unless we can make a huge comeback, but no. Of course, they're gonna push it to a game 7. So let me go ahead and let me adjust the rotation real quick. Luke Kennard has been shooting the ball pretty good. Williams hasn't, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run an 8-man rotation. I want to do something like this. Andre Drummond, 9 and 9. We could go ahead and actually, let's go ahead and focus on the starts first. So 40, 40, 38. How's Austin Reeves been doing? Okay, much better in the playoffs, so we'll give him like 33. Lonzo Ball, still struggling, so we'll go ahead and knock him down to like 28, 34, 40, and then we'll go ahead and give like 1 more here. Alex Caruso hasn't been good. What do I want to do? You know, we'll go ahead and we'll give the other 2 minutes to Luke Kennard. Why not? So game number 7 in Oklahoma. We have a chance to advance to the NBA Finals. Come on. Okay, good first quarter. Good second quarter. Come on, don't blow it in the third. Don't blow it in the third. Okay, come on. We are so close to going to the NBA Finals. We are going to go back to the NBA Finals. And just like that, we are going back to the NBA Finals. LeBron with your Western Conference Finals MVP. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 56, 80, and 33 shooting splits. That was a big game. Let's see what the box score was like. 37 and 10 for LeBron. AD with 25. Lonzo with 16, 4, 7, and 5 with 2 blocks. He was doing everything out there. And then we did have Larry Markkinen with 12 points. All right, so taking on the Atlanta Hawks in game number 1. Let's see how this goes. They are a better seed than us, so we are going to be starting the first game off in Atlanta. Now, I'm hoping we could go ahead and win the first game. The first game is always important, and it looks like we did have a big third quarter and a big third and fourth quarter. And it looks like we are going to be able to hang on to this win. So we do go ahead and win game number 1 in Atlanta, taking the first one on the road. 24 and 8 for Anthony Davis, 21, 9 and 9 for LeBron. Game number 2, come on. We are still in Atlanta. We have a chance to go up 2-0, go back to LA. And ooh, they got us in that second quarter, but it looks like we're fighting a little bit here in the third. We are only down by 5 to start the fourth. Come on, we need a big game from LeBron, from all our players. Come on, we are up by 4, still up by 4, up by 2, up by 3. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end up winning this game barely by 2 points, but we are heading back to LA with a 2-0 lead. Let's go. Game number 3, come on, blow them out. Great first quarter as we did outscore them by 23 points. And it's looking like we're going to go ahead and go up 3 games to 0 as we blow them out by, what is that, 45, 48, 53 points. If my math is correct, 53 points. Actually, is it correct? It probably is. I think so. But we are up 3 games to 0 on the Atlanta Hawks. We could possibly win the championship right here in game number 4, of course, if we don't blow a 3-0 lead. But I doubt that will happen. And we are going to go ahead and win in year number 2. All right, so hopping in here to game number 4, as we are going to go ahead and sweep them. I want to go ahead and get some runs with Lonzo Ball, LeBron, AD. I want to go ahead and get to use some of these guys. And we're going to go ahead and bring in Alex Caruso. Why not? Oh, Anthony Davis for the lob. He's going to go ahead and throw it down. Anthony Davis beasting in 2K. So we are blowing them out here in game number 4 as we are almost up by 40 points. DeJounte Murray guarding Lonzo Ball. Lonzo for 3 for old time's sakes. No, he's going to miss it. AD with the rebound. Go up with it. They are too little. They could not guard you. Every time trade deadline season comes around, Laker fans have like a Photoshop for everybody. Like, I'm talking about like everybody. They have like a whole storage of pictures of like just random players. Like, you can name a random player. You can name like Pablo Prigioni, if you guys remember who that is. They probably have a Lakers edit of him somewhere in their file. LeBron James in probably his final season, 28 points, 9 rebounds, and over 10.5 assists. 1.5 steal, 1.5 blocks, 57, 77, and 34 shooting splits. And taking a look at the box score, 37, 31, 26, 23 for Luke Kennard. He was actually a big part in this role, in this championship run. Lonzo Ball with 17 and 10, Reeves with 11, Drummond with 10, and then Alex Caruso with 5 points. All right, so at the end of this season, LeBron does go ahead and call it a career. After 22 years in the league, he is going to go ahead and go out on top as he did win a championship and a finals MVP, giving him 5 rings altogether. Now, what do I feel like the Lakers need to do in real life? I feel like what we did in this video, acquiring Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Andre Drummond, that's something that the Lakers desperately need. And it's crazy to think that those 3 players were all Lakers at one point in time. But obviously Lonzo got traded in that Anthony Davis deal, sending like Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis. And Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond, I'm not sure if they got traded or if they just walked as free agents. I can't really remember. But they definitely need players like that. Lonzo Ball, his playmaking, his defense, they need to find somebody like that. I don't really think D'Lo's a problem in LA. I feel like he is he's inconsistent at times, but recently he has been stepping it up. But you do need a better defender at that position. Alex Caruso providing defense off the bench and shooting the 3-ball well. And then you do need Andre Drummond's size and his rebounding ability. So I think the Lakers just need to go ahead. They don't need to trade for a 3rd star. I feel like Austin Reeves will step up when he needs it. LeBron and AD obviously carrying the offensive load, but then you also do got players like Christian Wood who could go ahead and give you like 10 points a night, 10 to 12 points a night. Cam Reddish, I don't really think he's gonna be on the team. I feel like he probably will get traded, but they do have some good players on that team that can score the ball. So I think offense isn't the problem. They just need to go ahead and get more size for rebounding, and then they got to go ahead and get better defenders at the point guard and shooting guard position, because their backcourt right now really isn't the best defensively with D'Lo and Austin Reeves. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about this video and what the Lakers actually need to do in real life, because LeBron sadly is retiring probably within the next like 3 years. So they definitely got to go ahead and try to get him one more finals run. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did like it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already, and make sure to follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Link will be down below. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe. Peace.